it every week or once a month?
Once a month.
Once a month, okay, it's good.
Should be more.
It's good that you keep this passion for accordion music. Whatever styles you play, that's interesting. Yeah, I know sometimes when people say accordion, it's not like electric guitar, but it's pretty interesting, and you'd be amazed how accordion influenced so many styles of music and so many countries and so many people. And even in the present day, you see people who came here a few generations ago and they still got an accordion in the basement.
Yeah.
That's so interesting stories especially about the golden age accordion. They did these amazing accordions from 40s, 50s, 60s, and now with all the technology of this planet and all these iPads and everything, and we can't build the same accordions anymore.
They're not as good, you mean?
Yes, they might look underpriced, but they're very well made, and they got sold these old accordions. They got nice sound and that dry wood, and also through that wood, how much experience of joy, of happiness, of sadness, of all of this together, and the accordion resonates that. It's so yeah, it's just a bit of melancholic about the old 50s and 60s golden age of the accordion. So my name is Sergio Pop. I'm coming from Montreal. Before that, from Moldova. I arrived in Montreal in 2002, and since then I do music. Took me maybe a year just to enter in the society, and another 6 months of working something else which I never worked in my life, because I did all my life only music. And once you change the society or the country, you have to adapt. So I did something else, which wasn't music, but I still kept music. And I worked in a factory in the beginning for 6 months. And after that, I learned also the language and everything. So everything was part of the experience. It's good. And traveling from one city to another in Canada and States to meet people like you who are interested and passionate about accordion, about dance, about music from Eastern Europe, from Balkans, and from other countries. And hope to give you this, to give you more salt and black pepper and to keep this accordion alive. And you already do an amazing job meeting once a month. That's good. And I watch once in a while the post which Alan is active. He keeps the circle together.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, I prepared few tunes for you today, and maybe before I pass the notes, I just wanted to see in a few, maybe 2-3 sentences, quick, how you got an accordion, like just to see. It's not a test. It's nothing. Just to see. Maybe some of you have background of music. Some of you played piano, and you feel comfortable with the accordion, passing from one instrument to accordion. Some of you just picked by ear. Some of you just picked not long ago. Some of you from long ago. Just to see with what music we could start, and to be easier, because there is different levels, I imagine. And so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did play the piano from a young age, but not very well. I think I went to grade 3 with school teachers, but I kept playing, and I always had piano, and I made up songs, and I played in some punk bands with keyboards and synthesizers, badly, but fun. And then 12 years ago or something like that, my boyfriend just made a joke. He said it would be funny if we got an accordion, and then a friend had one in a cupboard or in a garage, so we borrowed it, and he couldn't understand. He was like, ah, but I liked it, and then I just played and played and played it because it's portable. Like the piano is so big, and I couldn't take it with me, and I felt uncomfortable playing pianos that weren't mine, and so now I have a personal instrument with my imprint, and I can take it. there's more that attracts me to it, but I poured myself into my instrument since I picked it up, and I did some study at college even with
The accordion. Oh, okay, good, very good. They have accordion in the universities, in the college here.
No, I convinced VCC, and I brought a teacher with me, and they
Good.
said okay.
Good.
And now they have a second accordion student there, and they have Konstantin Borzhnov. Do you know him? I don't know how to say his last name. Anyway, so they're doing now a second accordion student 6 years later or something. Anyway, sorry, that was my
Okay.
piece.
It's okay. It's okay. It's good.
Tell
It's
us your
good.
name.
Catherine.
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 Good. So Ben, tell us something about you. About the accordion.
Well, I would say my name is Ben. I live in Vancouver. I work every day. Sometimes 7 days a week.
And you fix accordions?
I do fix accordions sometimes when I have time. Play sometimes when I still have time to play. Sometimes at home, sometimes with my friends. And I guess what else I can.
When did you start?
Oh, when did I start to play accordion? Very little kid. Yeah, I was a kid at the time when I asked my parents to buy me an accordion. And, they were not happy that actually I asked them, because they see me as a kid that didn't have that kind of a look as I could become a musician or I could become a accordion player or anything. So they did not buy me an accordion right away, so they took their time to think about it. Finally they bought it. And it was my happiest day in my life at the time. When I saw my father that brought the accordion was Meister.
Yeah, Altmeister, the famous Altmeister accordions. Yeah, that's good. Ben repairs amazing accordion. If some of you know that your accordion is very close to you and you don't trust so many people, he is very, very meticulous and very, very, I'd say close to perfect. He's, yeah. He wouldn't say that even he repairs them, but I would say because I saw his work, so he's doing an amazing job. Yeah, so that's bad. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm Lois. I haven't played accordions. I have played piano a bit. Keith gave me my first introduction to how the buttons actually work, so that was interesting. We'll see what happens.
Okay, good.
Hi, my name's Lynn, and I've tried many different instruments. I also played piano as a child, and I played violin, I played harp, and I sing. I like to sing. And my husband is a musician, and my son is a musician, and I seem to surround myself with musicians. And I worked as a nurse, and now I just retired, and so it's my time to try to be a musician. I saw Catherine play. I hadn't even thought about accordion. I saw Catherine play at the Vogue with a friend of mine, and I just was in love with both Catherine and the accordion. I was, and so then I started taking lessons with Catherine. Yeah. So I've just been taking a little over a year. Yeah,
Oh,
and I just love the instrument. I play it every day, and just keep discovering new things about it, and I love it so much. Yeah, I feel like I found an instrument that I really resonate with in some way, very deep way, more than any other instrument. Other instruments didn't hold me in quite the same way, whereas this one is just something so precious about it.
interesting.
My name is Ans, and I played the piano as a child, and then let's see, it's about, I think, close to 20 years ago, I was in a choir, and somebody was doing the conductor wasn't there, and so someone was doing a little workshop on exposing everyone on different instruments. And I said I would help her with the workshop. And she said, "Here, hold that." She thrust it literally at me. I fell in love. I just fell in love with it. It was unbelievable. I never considered it. And then soon I got my first accordion, a little studio model, and then a big one. I couldn't carry it, and then eventually I just bought a new one, but you know, the right size. And then it got stolen out of my trunk, and I bought another one. Well, I got some money from the insurance. And but I have a problem. I'm a good reader, but I'm not very good at playing by heart, and I don't practice very much. So I started lessons just lately. So I have to practice and hopefully and learn more about what's behind the theory of music. I don't really get it, the theory of music. You know, I just want to play with something.
Some of us
So-
might disagree with that.
So anyway, but I love it, and that's my story.
Good. Yeah.
My name is Jesse. I played piano for a long time. I still play piano, and I've touched other instruments, but piano was always my main instrument. And one day I bought an accordion just to jam with, to make a portable instrument. People would say, "Bring your piano to the jam," and I'd just say, "Yeah," and then bring the accordion the week after. But I never thought I'd actually fall in love with an instrument like that, because it's on you, it breathes, you feel it, it resonates.
Yeah.
And then from there I just had to keep learning, so I tried to demystify the left hand on my own. And I've been self-taught for many years until recently, where I was able to get some courses, and I just love it. I like writing on it. I like, yeah.
Good. You did the classical piano, jazz piano?
No, well, I like jazz,
Mhm.
world music, and then last year for the first time I'm an active musician, and I did an artist's residence in France last year, so I was able to study at an accordion school. And I've never had an experience like that before. Like I've had some courses in university. I never finished my bachelor's, but I did maybe 3 years out of 4. And then at this school, I was really pushed, and I just love it. So I just like absorbing. I like learning all kinds of styles. It's inspiring.
France.
Yeah.
The real European style teaching, like very strict.
In a way, but they also have their own. It's interesting because this school in France, they have their own approach, and the owner of the school is very proud of it, and so because it is a wind instrument, so everything's approached from the wind approach, like the diaphragm, support, air column. Eventually, you kind of, because this compression is this mysterious thing, until you start feeling that there's more than just mechanics, and it's like So I was able to get rid of some old habits and relearn some things, and so
Good.
it's just ongoing. It's a passion.
Good.
Yeah.
France is good. Yeah. Well.
I'm Alan. Like several people here, I play piano all my life. I still play piano. I played in rock bands and blues bands and R&B bands, and about 15 years ago, I lost my voice and I could no longer sing. And piano is a wonderful instrument, but it doesn't sing. You hit a piano and you get sharp little notes. Ding, 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 ding. At the same time, I realized that much of the music that I was listening to, what sometimes gets called roots music in the American pop context, was having an accordion. And I got an accordion. And because, like Jesse was saying, it breathes, I could make it sing. And so it fills the singing that I no longer am able to do. I still play piano, but I also play accordion. When I need to sing, I play accordion.
Good. Yeah.
Hi,
Hi.
my name is Rolf, and as far as playing accordion, my father had one. So as a boy, I played a little bit, and then I stopped until one day I thought it would be fun. And I went to bought an accordion, played a little bit, and you're playing on and off. And I play the button accordion,
Good, good. The button, the diatonic or the chromaticon?
The chromatic.
Okay, good.
My name's Keith. I live in Ottawa. I'm ashamed to admit how long I've been fooling around on accordion. I've played a lot of instruments, mostly badly, guitar, and we were three brothers, very close in age, and I was the youngest. The middle brother was the one who got the accordion bought for him when he was 11, and he was supposedly the musical genius. Unfortunately, he's no longer alive. I bought this one in 1959, used. I was working in a mine, and from a guy who was going back to Denmark and didn't want to take it. And so that was the year I turned 20. So I've been fooling around on it, and it looks like it's Italian, but somebody looked at it and said, I think maybe Eastern Europe somewhere. But anyway, and I have another Guerini 72 bass, but I couldn't bring it with me. And I also, 3 years ago, started playing an English concertina, which is, it's 1895 vintage. It's a chromatic concertina. So I play with a Celtic jam group in Ottawa, where we just sit around like this and choose a tune. We have 500 or 600 tunes in our book. And then there's another group from that we call the World Jam. And I played the Guerini and that one. And we do some tangos and we do some Balkan music. The guy who leads it, his background is Serbian. He was actually born in Nairobi, but his father was Serbian. And we do some little bit of performing in seniors' homes and things like that. So that's my story. And like Liam, now that I'm retired, I think, gee, maybe I could be a decent musician if I work at it a bit more. So I've been trying to put the effort in lately.
You got the time to practice and to play the music. Good. Well, this is very interesting. I don't know if Alan was thinking that he would hear so many stories about love, accordion love. So you could use some of these amazing stories, Alan. I'm gonna pass. I think we have enough tunes.